There comes a season when your old name won't answer anymore. You go to speak the usual lines, and your mouth refuses the script. It looks like loss from the outside, but on the inside, it's an invitation. Let what's false die, so what is true can return. Welcome back to Magnum Opus 333. My name is Joshua, and tonight is not about annihilating yourself. It's about retiring the actor that's been standing between you and your life. We're going to move through this together the way we always do. One honest breath at a time. Story inside teaching, inside practice. By the end, you'll know what's dying, how to sit in the in-between without panic, and how to return carrying a simpler, truer vow. Breathe with me now. Slow in through your nose. Hold. Longer out through your mouth. We build selves like sandcastles, patterned, careful, tidy, made of what was available the day the tide was low. We learn a tone that earns safety. We learn a posture that keeps peace. We learn a story that makes sense of the pain. These are not evil. They are merciful. But mercy has seasons. When the tide turns, the river does not negotiate with the sand. Identity is useful until it's calcified. Then it becomes a wall between you and the current that's trying to carry you home. What dies is not you. What dies is identification with the costume. The hyper-competent fixer, the agreeable peacemaker, the clever cynic, the martyr dressed as a saint. When those masks fall, the wearer remains. You are not the mask you used to survive. You are the one who chose it, and the one who can choose to set it down. The invitation to dissolution arrives in three main costumes. Collision, a diagnosis, a breakup, a betrayal, a loss. The wave reaches the sandcastle. You can't hold the shape any longer. Expansion, awe, prayer, birth, great art, and real love. The heart grows, but the walls don't. Something must break so more can live. And exhaustion. Pretending starts to cost more energy than the truth. The mask becomes heavier than the face. You don't have to go hunting for ego death. If you're breathing, it's already scheduled. When it's your season, the old tricks lose power. The joke doesn't land. The defense doesn't work. The room doesn't need your performance. It needs your presence. And you feel the difference like a pebble in your shoe. Small, constant, and impossible to ignore. The in-between is disorienting. You will be tempted to rush, but don't. It feels like the words don't fit. The food you used to crave tastes flat. The room you loved feels too loud. You're present, but with no costume to present. There's a reason old cultures built rites of passage. Containers that protect the in-between. Without a container, we grab a new mask too fast. The healed one, the awakened one, the unbothered one. Different paint, same prison. The remedy is simple, unglamorous, and sacred. Just stay. Stay with breath. Stay with your body. Stay with the unfixing long enough to learn who's still here when you stop managing. Close your eyes for a moment and notice the next thought. Now notice the one who noticed. That witness doesn't flinch, doesn't perform, and doesn't sell you out. Call it awareness, soul, spirit, Atman, the I am. Language is a costume. Presence is not. When the mask dissolves, the witness remains. Every time you remember to observe instead of defend, another stitch in the mask loosens. Try this. Notice the urge to explain yourself. Notice the heat in your chest when you're misunderstood. Notice the compulsion to resolve discomfort right now. Now notice the one who can watch all of that without moving. That's the part that returns. Years ago, someone I loved offered a hard mirror to me. It wasn't cruel. It was clean. My reflex was to argue. I could turn a conflict into a courtroom and win on technicalities. But that night, something in me got tired of being right. I felt my whole body ask for permission to stop defending. I sat on the floor, my back against the bed, my palms empty. The heat in my face was immense. The small panic in my belly. The thought, if I stop, will anything be left? And then something happened. Quietness. Not triumph. Quiet. The next morning, the urge to be right was absent. Not repressed, it was gone. Coffee was still coffee. I was still in my body. But the compulsion didn't return from the river. That self had finished its service, but I remained. The pattern is consistent. Funeral, silence, return. Let the funeral be honest. Let the silence be long. Let the return be slow. Let's be direct. Death of the self has a price tag. Some relationships were built with your mask. They will wobble when the mask retires. Some careers were designed around your performance. Clarity may cost applause. Some pleasures were compensations. When you stop compensating, the flavor changes. But the cost of keeping the mask is higher. Intimacy cannot find a costume. Purpose cannot inhabit a puppet. Peace will not live in a liar's house, even when the liar is you, trying to protect everyone. Say it with me, under your breath. I do not owe anyone my old performance. If you are safe to close your eyes, do that now. If not, Soften your gaze and listen. One hand on your heart, the other on your belly. Breathe like the tide of the ocean, in and out, in a rhythmic fashion. Imagine a simple room. White walls, wooden floor, a chair, a small table, a window with late light. On the table is a candle, a shallow bowl of water, and a small wooden box with a lid. Think of the role you're tired of carrying. Not the title the world gave you, the private role you recruited to survive. See it as a cloak on a hook by the door. You know its weight. You know how it smells. Walk over to it and hold it. Say quietly to yourself, "You kept me alive." Mean it when you say it. Now unclasp it. Feel the shoulder blades widen as the weight leaves. Fold it, slowly and lovingly, and set it in the wooden box. Now close the lid. The wood makes a small sound. Notice the sound land in your belly. A sentence has followed you for years. You know it by heart. It writes itself on your life before you even speak. I am too much. I am not enough. Love leaves me. Money is dangerous. My voice causes harm. See the sentence written on a thin page. You're not wrong for writing it. It carried you across a bad winter. But the ice has thawed. Hold the page above the candle. Watch the edge curl into ember. As it burns, don't rage about the past. Thank it. You carried me then, but you are not needed any longer. Drop the ash into the bowl of water. Watch it bloom and vanish. Notice your oldest defense as sensation. Your jaw, throat, belly, or shoulders. Place your palm there. I know why you exist. You will not be punished for protecting me. You may now rest. Breathe 3 soft breaths right there, letting the tissue learn a new language. Release. Somewhere behind the breastbone, a quiet, steady glow. It's not dramatic. It's like coals in a hearth. Breathe into it until you can feel warmth behind the sternum. This is the part that doesn't leave. Let it look through your eyes. Now ask, without urgency, what quality wants to live through me now? Not a new mask, but a vow. A single word is enough. Truth, clarity, gentleness, courage, reverence, play. When the word arrives, don't grab it. Receive it. Place it in the chest glow. Breathe it through the throat, the tongue, the eyes, and the hands. Let the body memorize the feel of this word in motion. Open your eyes slowly. Name one ordinary action within 24 hours that embodies the vow. A call, a boundary, an apology, a walk, water before coffee. Tiny actions are the altar. Do it, and let the river do the rest. The room remains wherever you need it. The box is there. The candle is there. The bowl is there. You can return and retire what's finished as often as you outgrow a skin. Each day, say one honest sentence to yourself that you've been avoiding. I'm hurt. I'm tired. I want this. Then breathe 4 seconds in. Hold for 4 seconds. Breathe out for 4 seconds and repeat. Ask yourself, what am I trying to protect right now? My image or the truth? Choose truth even if your voice shakes. Make 1 degree turn in behavior that fits your vow. 1% compound it as identity rewritten without theatrics. You may say, what if I lose myself? You will lose the costume, but the wearer will remain. You may say, what if people get hurt? Patterns may be disrupted. Choose the least harmful path. Honesty with compassion. Hiding is what hurts most over time. You may say, what if nothing comes back to me? Let the silence be longer than your fear. The river always returns to the shore. What if I backslide? Then you practice again. Death and return are cyclical, not a one-time ceremony. Letting a self die is not self-destruction. It's self-liberation. You are not becoming someone else. You are becoming someone you don't have to defend. When the mask falls, the face can breathe. When the story ends, presence can speak. When the reflex rests, love can land. So tonight, if you feel empty, don't rush to fill it. Light a small candle in that room inside of you, and let the glow be enough. The witness is already home. If this met you where you are, press like so it reaches the next person that's mid-molting. Tell me your one-word vow in the comments below. I read every one. And if you want to help fuel more work like this, you can support me through Buy Me a Coffee. That support genuinely gives me time to craft these deep dives. And be sure to subscribe if you're walking this path with me. I have long-form videos on Thursdays and Sundays, and new practices each week. Be brave with your becoming. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Until next time.